Hello everyone, welcome to our video. So today we will talk about Del Spender Theory 1980. We are from Group 5, but firstly, let us introduce ourselves for the first.
Hello everyone, my name is Fatimah Dwi Untari as the first speaker.
And then
my name is Paramita Apriliyanti as the second speaker.
And me, my name is Kadek Yani as a third speaker. Okay, let us begin. For the first, Fatima, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Yani. Okay, so Del Spender was born in Newcastle, New South Wales in 1943. She is an Australian feminist scholar, teacher, writer, also a consultant. She became an official writer when she published the book entitled Man-Made Language in 1980. This book is about the idea that men dominate the world over women. Here is telling that the mindset must be removed and begin to have the view that the two sexes are the same value. Humans live in a world where we are required to follow the rules that are made, and one of the important factors in the construction of this reality is language. Del Spender 1980 states that language is not neutral and is not just a vehicle for carrying ideas. It can be said that language is our means of manipulating reality. Next slide, please. According to Del Spender 1980, who used brain samples to describe language with symbols and never knew the real thing, an example is the evidence that once a principle has been encoded in our language, such as sexism. Its implications for reality can easily be seen. While there is sexist language and sexist theories available culturally, observations of reality also tend to be sexist. According to Spender, on the one hand, it offers enormous freedom because it allows us to create the world we live in, but also we are constrained by that creation, limited by its limitation and afraid of any modification. Okay, that's it about the introduction. Now it is Paramita turn. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fatima. Now I will explain to you about theory of language and gender. Okay, in the study of language and gender, there are two different paradigms to discuss this study, namely dominance and of difference. One of the theories that associate the dominance model with this model is Del Spender. Del Spender is a feminist who believes in the dominance approach. However, in this theory, they supports the dominance theory and advocates a radical view of linguistics as the embodiment of the structure that support male power. In language, use and gender, there are several theories put forward by experts. Dominance theory is a theory that assumes that men and women can express different languages because there is an imbalance of power relation between men and women. One of the experts is Del Spender. Del Spender proposed that the difference in the language used between men and women lies in the way they communicate with each other. For example, women prefer to be silent and not say what they need to say, because women are believed to have the ability to follow rules in society. Society, which is a representation of the difference in status between women and men, result in difference in the use of language between the two and seems to conclude the difference in status itself as a natural phenomenon. She also supports the notion of Superman and Witch's work on the view of man as the norm and on his own notion of patriarchal order. She claims that it is very difficult to challenge this power system because the way we think about the world is part of and reinforce male power. She on said, because there is sexism in language, it then ends the position of males, and males have had control over the cultural production of forms. It is credible to assume that males have encoded sexism in the language to consolidate their claims of superiority. Spender 1980. Okay, that's all about me. Now, Arta, Yani, please.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity to given for me, Mita. Okay, next in this theory, Del Spender 1980 explains that men as the dominant group have produced language, truth, and reality. Historically, structures, category, and meanings have been discovered by men, but certainly not by all men, and then validated with reference to other men. In this process, women play little or nothing. It is male subjectivity that shows these meanings, including the meaning that these subjectivity that show these meanings, including the their own subjectivity is objectivity. In his book entitled Man-Made Language, Del Spanders makes strong statements based on his systematic analysis of the effects of sexism on the language produced by men and women used in communication. The communication that exists between men and women has many differences and they have a hook impact on each other. In 1980, Del Spender stated that men dominate women in language. This means that the language features of women are not met by them. Therefore, language is inherently patriarchal. Next slide, please. We can see from the analyzed semantic aspect of the book created by Del Spender, 1980, she quotes widely and clearly related to evidence of assumptions for masculine determiners as positive and female as negative or marked, for example, doctor and lady doctor. Judging from the example given above, the since doctors always refers to a man, and the mentions of the uh, doctor is also often done to a woman who works as a doctor and is rarely mentioned as lady doctor. Another example that she shows that the meaning some words are different when applied to women and men. For example, he is a professional or he is a smart person. She is a professional or she is a smart person. A pair of terms that seems to have more or less the same meaning. The only difference is that one is applied to men while the other is applied to women. In addition, Lord and Lady. Lord first is initial meaning, whereas lady has undergone a process of democratic leveling and is no longer reserved for women of high rank. Spender 1980. Next slide, please. Okay, many examples are given to demonstrate the grammarian's development of this practice. In the face of usage to the contrary, the spender continues to discuss the effect on women of this debasement of their roles in society. In the book of the spender, Man-Made Language, she agrees to things. The first, that language determines the limits of our world, construct our reality. And the second, that language is man-made. It is created by the males of the species and is still permanently uh, under male control. Spenders believe that language creates a reality and that language is man-made. The sense of all expressions in language are thus determined by the males of the species. That's all of our presentations. Thank you very much for your attentions. Stay healthy and stay safe, and see you in the next video.